So it's hard to believe that it's been 20 years ago that Princess Diana was taken away. I always say she should have had security. When you think about recently with the whole thing with Trump pulling Kamala Harris, how do you not, when people are prominent in the media and the spotlight, not have security? And this in London was embarrassing. Regardless of what happened, she was the mother of Charles's children and Elizabeth's grandchildren. Why did the woman not have security? Why was those cameras all in those, following? It's one of the most embarrassing, uh, saddest things I ever saw. And depending on where you lived, it was huge. Um, there have been a few people that have passed in the last 30 years that people were really gravitating and felt. She was one of them. Um, remembering that it's just like yesterday. I was literally felt like time had stood still. There was an eerie feeling in the world. It was a sadness. It was like that really was like gut wrenching. And then when you see the footage of how it all went down, it should have been prevented. It should have been more to protect her, and sadly it wasn't. So, it feels just like yesterday. It feels like one of those things that, because she was one of those people that transcended. It's like a handful of people that, I mean, when they transcend you, you can go where you were. The 90s was a tough era for a lot of big losses, to say the least, and hers was as big as any's. She really carried some crazy weight as a soul, as a person. And this was just something that, it was devastating, to say the least. And she never got justice. There never was any reason why she should have been protected by all costs with that, because she was the mother of those kids, and that had to be, it was one of the most devastating things, you know. So you just look at those moments, and that should have been preventable. There was no excuse for her not having security, none whatsoever. So I remember it very vividly, and you remember where you were. You remember how it played out. You remember the scene of it and the aspects of it. It's just like one of those things that you just, it was very heart wrenching and hard to psychologically take in. Because she really had a lot of life, and she gave so much. She was a real humanitarian. Um, and she was really apparent. She wasn't caught up in all that. She was the only one that was real out that whole scene.